Welcome to the Diary of Beautician. This is your host Shah. Tune in every Sunday evening from 9 p.m. to listen to my podcast from the health and beauty industry via my website. It is available now to listen to on Spotify, or you can download it from Spotify, or you can listen to on YouTube. I will be discussing various topics and stories, news, educational, and historical content. Please head over to my website and subscribe to some great monthly content sent to you as a newsletter. You can also book my services for the latest treatments from the comfort of your own home. The website address is www.shashalondon.co.uk. You can follow me on social networks. That's Instagram at sslondon84, Facebook shashalondon, Twitter shashalondon. I'm also on LinkedIn as shashalondon. If you have any questions, do feel free to send your questions to me via social media, or you can email me at shashalondoninfo@gmail.com. Welcome back, guys. Welcome. Thank you all for tuning in each week to listen to my podcast. I hope it has been informative for you and educational, and frankly, I hope it has been you've enjoyed it. You've literally enjoyed what I have brought to you each week. Thank you to all the new followers on the social network, and thank you to all those who have tuned in today. Yes, welcome. So for those who've just tuned in, I tend to do a little introduction, as you heard, and then I will go on to explaining what I'm going to be discussing on my podcast. So I like to bring stories from clients who's given me permission to discuss their story with you guys, but I mainly talk about my experiences as a beautician in the beauty industry. And then you wondering, what does the health part come into it? Well, the health element is always there. As much as I am a qualified beauty therapist, the health aspect always comes first. So everything that I do, try to discuss about or inform you about, it's always putting you first, the client, the customer, the patient, the individual, the person. It's all about your health. Your health comes first before the beauty side of things. So I always like to address the health aspect first, and then secondary, the beauty part. So let's get into this week. So this week I'm going to be discussing acids. So I'm going to be talking about the acids that are on the market in our beauty products, so like our cleansers, our toners, our moisturizers, our serums. I'm looking at the acids in them, okay? Now, a couple of years ago, I met this woman who had asked me about, when I was working in the industry, the beauty industry, she had asked me about a particular acid that she used on her face when she's at home. So she was living in America and she's now living in the UK. And she wanted to know whether, the products that I was selling had that particular acid in it. So I never heard of it before. And she said, well, I've been using over a decade, so 10 years. And I said, no, we're not currently providing that type of acid, but we are going to be bringing into line a retinol product soon. So she said, no, I would like this particular acid. It really works for my skin, but never mind, I'll just order it from home. So, as we do as sales people in the beauty industry, you do apologize, and you said, well, hopefully you can get what you need, and if you're ever interested in anything else, do feel free to come back. So so that was very interesting, because I've never heard of that acid before. And in the last 5 years in the beauty industry, there has been a booming, explosion of products that has acid in them that helps with various concerns people have. So let's see if you guys kind of know some of the acids. So the one that I was telling her about was the retinol acid. You got AHA, BHA, lactic, tartic, hydroloric, olec, malec. They are a bit of strange names, but those are various acids that I could think of in my head that I have talked about with people and seen for myself. So I just named a few acids that a lot of people are using in their cleansers, their moisturizers, their toners, their serums, their night moisturizers. There's just so many, okay? And again, they're addressing various concerns. So let's get to my story. So I was searching on the internet like I always do for the latest products, the latest services, and so on. And on one of the social networks, I found this company who were, making such noise on social network about their products and how amazing their products are and how the products would, alleviate the hyperpigmentation and do all these miraculous things. And because there was such a great following and numerous of people, posting their results, I was just blown away. Like most of us are when we see something on, social network and we think, wow, that's a big following. You just came out of nowhere because it wasn't a brand that I know of. However, it was really creating a buzz. And I thought, okay, if the numbers are showing and these reviewers are not, people that people know, so you got your socialites or your celebrities using it, you just got ordinary day people using the products and they're saying that it's really working. This must be really good. This stuff must be like the holy grail for the beauty crew. So I went away and I thought, okay, I've seen enough, let's give it a go. So as I do, order offline, and because it was coming from abroad, it took a little while because they had to go through our customs here in the UK, which was kind of frustrating because I really wanted to, try the product because I had some hyperpigmentations from some hormonal spots that I had on my skin. So I really wanted to try it and really wanted to, get on with it. Anyway, once it cleared customs here, I used it for the first time. And, as you do when you get your products, you open it up, you're like, yes, I got it. Open up the box, looked at the bottles and the tubs, and I'm like, yes, this looks great. Smelled really nice, when you open the lid tops and stuff. It looked good. There was no problems. There was nothing visible. So anyway, as you do, prepare your skin to do the cleansing and exfoliating and the mask. It was the whole range I went for. So as I was putting on the first product, it just felt super thick, like overly thick. And I thought, okay, just add a little bit of water. Hopefully it will just kind of emulsify, so we get a little bit softer and looser on my skin while I'm working it in with my hands. So as I did, I add a little bit of water, but it still wasn't, emulsifying. It was just really quite thick and sticky. So I thought, okay, maybe that's just how that's how it is. That's how they wanted it. Anyway, I washed my face, removed the product, and it felt really weird. Like my skin just felt like it just went through, I don't know, a workout, but it wasn't like I applied anything chemically on it to, so it just felt really weird. So I carried on anyway, did the exfoliation again, didn't feel right. Tried their toner again, just felt really like stingy. At this point, somebody probably thinking after all of that, I would have just given up. But I like to try everything out so I can give an honest review. So I then put on the mask, and again, it was just super concentrated. It was thick. And I thought, oh my goodness, it's a good thing I didn't use a lot. I was just using like the recommended amount that I know to use on my skin. And as I said, everything was just super thick and concentrated and really quite harsh. And what they were saying that, this product was good for all skin. And for me, I'm going to get back to that anyway. So I used it and my skin, there was no difference. If anything, my skin was more irritated. So I wasn't happy. However, I thought, let me try it again in another 3 days and see where we're going to go with this. Also, I spent money on this product, so I really want to get a use of this product. I also wanted to try it on someone else other than myself, because maybe it could be just me. Sometimes you try products and it's just you, and obviously you want to try it because you're buying it for yourself. But because I work in the industry as a beautician, I just want to also try it out on other people. So with my client's consent, I always do that, guys. As I said, if you listen to my show all the time, I always do my consultation, and I always ask my clients, are you happy to try out this new product that I've got from blah blah blah? I'm using it myself, so it's not just you, it's me as well. So yeah, I got a client to agree with me and try the product out with me as well. And they felt the product again was very concentrated and not nice. So I went away, as I said, the third day I tried it again. Wasn't great either. And then I thought, okay, try it one more time. So this was the third time. So 3 days later, I tried it the second time, and then I gave it the next week. So I tried it twice that week, and then the second week I tried it. Okay. And again, my face was just super irritated, and it just weren't where I wanted to be. I just didn't like the product, period. So, the lesson of that story was not everything online, on social media, is great. It's not always great. And it doesn't matter if they've got a big following or they've got, numerous of, people saying the product is great, it's fantastic. What I found out later was that most of these people, they paid them to review the product and then allow them to go throughout the comments field and put in their comments in. So it wasn't a true reflection of a person using the product. It was, being paid off to advertise false information about the product. Anyway, and then you had people generally who bought the product realized it wasn't a great product. So I wasn't alone in this product wasn't good at all. So let's get into the acid. So as I said, we've got so many acids, so many products now on the market, especially here in the UK, with all these acids in it. Okay. But again, what I've noticed is a lot of people are buying these acids but don't know what these acids are doing to their face. So again, this is what I always advocate of. Do go and see a professional. Go and see a dermatologist. Okay, that's their field. Go and see, if you can't see a dermatologist. So here in the UK, it's slightly different. Firstly, you will see your GP, and then if the GP feels like you've got a skin concern that they can't, treat, then they will refer you to a dermatologist. But that's not always the case. So if you have the money, then you could go privately, and then you can see a dermatologist, and then they will go from there. Today we've got a lot more clinics or med spas where there's actual doctors in there who are dermatologists who you can go and see on your high street. So there is more flexibility today to get to see some type of professional regarding the skin or various type of things. If you didn't want to do that, you can always see a beautician or beauty therapist. Okay, again, they will assess your skin through consultation. Have a look at your skin, see what's going on. Also talk to you about your skin. What are your concerns? What have you been using? And so on and so on. They are the best people to talk to, okay? Those are the people you need to go to, right? Instead of you trying to go into the shop, or the worst thing like I did, go online and order products that you're not quite sure of. And for me, it's all about getting the professionals in first before you start trying to do it for yourself. And if you feel that that doesn't work for you, that all these professionals are out there that you've seen haven't given you the correct, guidance and information to use, or products to use, then I'm so sorry for you, because that shouldn't be the case, because someone should have helped you out. But if you find that doesn't work and you feel you can do it better for yourself, fair enough, go ahead. It's totally up to you, because at the end of the day, it's your journey, how you're going to take care of your skincare, which is your face. Okay, so as I said, there's so many products, so many acids out there, but today I'm just going to isolate it down to the ones that I've seen a lot of people using through social media, and also people requesting for myself, what products should I use and start out with. So today I'm going to talk about AHA. Yeah, so AHA is alpha hydroxy acid. Okay, that's AHA. And then also BHA, which is beta hydroxy acid. Okay, so those are two acids that I am going to talk about, and they are in a lot of products on the market that you guys are probably using or querying about to start using. Okay, so salicylic acid, right? Salicylic acid is known as BHA, so that's beta hydroxy acid. This acid can dissolve in oil, okay? And it's derived from certain citrus fruits, okay? And sometimes can be mixed with some type of synthetic form to create a product so that you guys can use on your face, okay? Salicylic acid is good for combination skin types, okay? So people who have oily, acne prone skin, salicylic acid is good to use, right? Remember, you've got your cleanser, your toner, your moisturizer, your serums, and so on and so on, okay? It treats hyperpigmentation, larger pores, oily, acne prone skin, unclogged pores, going into the deeper levels of the skin, and it's anti-inflammatory and antibacterial quantity as well. So it's helping with any inflammation or any swelling from the acne. Okay, it can increase sensitivity, right, because it's an acid, right? And it can, if you're in a warmer climate and you're have a lot of sun rays, then it can increase the sensitivity on the skin. So, and that's when you're using any type of acids, okay? So not just this one in particular. It can cause irritation as well, dryness and peeling. So that's salicylic acid, which is known as BHA, right? If you're someone who has combination skin or acne prone skin, this is a great product to use in one of the items, as I said earlier, your cleanser, your moisturizer, your toner, so on. Okay, now salicylic acid is related to salicylates, which this is a ingredient that belongs to the same family of aspirin. Okay, so it's has a similar formula as aspirin. So if someone is allergic to aspirin, then I would say try to avoid using salicylic acid, okay? Because it is a family to the aspirin, okay? So again, this is why I said it's very important to speak to a professional about your skin. And if you have like I said, aspirin, there's a lot of people who are allergic to aspirin, okay? And having that consultation with the beautician or the dermatologist, whomever, having that consultation will know straight away to be saying to you, what are you allergic to? Have you got any, allergies? Having that conversation, I would then know, then you are not going to be using this, okay? I will have to try something else as an acid form that won't affect you, okay? So that's something I'm just an advocate of, and you guys should know for weeks. So people talk about consultation. Okay, so next thing we're going to talk about is glycolic. Glycolic is AHA, okay? And it can dissolve in water, okay? So with the, what I didn't say was with the BHA, salicylic acid, it has larger molecules. So its molecule structure on a scientific level, it's larger in comparison to glycolic, which has smaller molecules. So with the salicylic one, it takes a little bit longer to get into the skin and does it do its job. However, it's still powerful enough to help with the concerns. The glycolic AHA has smaller molecule structure, which is easier to penetrate the skin. Okay, so it has a better effect. Now, glycolic derives from sugarcane, but again can be mixed with synthetic forms, okay, to create your products. It's for all skin types apart from sensitive skin. Okay, so for sensitive skin, there'll be another acid that you could use, which is probably you can use lactic acid. Yeah, lactic acid, and I think there's another one, but lactic acid would be good for sensitive skin. Okay, so it's for all skin types apart from sensitive skin. Okay, it helps to resurface and unglue the shedding of dead skin cells on the top layer and underneath in the pores. Okay, so it does quite a lot. It does top and bottom of the epidermis layer. It helps put moisture back into the skin, so it helps plump the skin, helps with fine lines, hyperpigmentation, also helps with sun damage. Okay, and also, again, like I said, with BHA, AHA also can create sensitivity of the skin because of its acid. Even though they're going to be small dosage, that a lot of the products are on the market have the acid in it, it can cause sensitivity, okay, to the sun. So with all type of acids, what I would recommend, if you're using them, to always use a sun factor. Okay, always protect the skin, because you're using a chemical, an acid onto your skin, whether it's small amount, your skin still needs to be protected from the sun rays, because you're removing the dead skin cells, you're resurfacing the skin for it to get smoother, removing all the darker pigmentation, so you're removing all your hyperpigmentation, the acne, the spots, the whole thing. And you need to also protect the skin, so using an SPF after these products, just to protect your skin, because your skin has become sensitive. Okay, a little bit more sensitive than it actually is. And depending on the person, so if you're fairer, again, you're going to have to wear a really high factor. Okay, so something at 50. If you're pale skin, if you're darker skin, I'm not saying you can also wear a high factor, but you won't have to wear such a high factor than someone who is of paler skin. Okay, but again, you will see your professional to go over what SPF factor will be suitable for you, depending on how much of the acid you're using on your face. Also, you can have these treatments more than once a week. Some maybe twice or 3 times a week, depending on the concerns that you have. Okay, some maybe just twice or once a week, depending on the concerns you have. So again, it all comes down to the individual. You and me may be different in how we are going to require to use the product. Some people, it may be the same, but it's always good to find out what works for you. And I always say, go and get a treatment. Get a treatment done first. Once you get a treatment done first, then you'll know, and then you experience what it feels like, see the improvement, and, go from there, right? Like I was saying last week in my last podcast about exfoliation, with these acids, they are doing a chemical exfoliation where, you can do a physical just using products from your kitchen, as I was speaking about last week, to help do a physical with your hands to remove the dead skin cell from your face or even from the rest of your body. Okay, and again, you've seen it when you exfoliate the skin. If you go too hard, then the skin becomes a little bit irritated or a little bit red, okay, causing erythema, on the skin. So with the chemical, because it's got a percentage of the acid in it, it does sometimes create that erythema, that redness in that area. So again, that's why we need to protect it once we've been using things like that. Okay, it's not the same when you're doing a physical, because the physical hasn't got the chemical compound in it. But again, exfoliation, like I said last week, I tend to feel like in the winter months, I tend to feel my skin's getting more dehydrated. So I book in for a treatment, a nice facial treatment, just so the therapist can really work on my skin and get some hydration back into my skin. And sometimes buying all these products are fantastic. They sometimes don't do the job, sometimes they don't, but having that mechanical element to it, so having like a microdermabrasion or a hydroderm facial, or there's so many mechanical treatment, RF treatment, the list is endless. But sometimes having those mechanicals can just help, make the skin feel and look great. So do try and book yourself a facial during the winter months. If you're like me, who suffer a bit of dehydration or feel your skin's getting a bit drier, no matter how much product you put on, it's not helping it, then have a mechanical. However, with a lot of these chemicals, with these acids, they can really help with the source of hydration through these winter months, and also help with your concerns. So, as I said, do see your professional. So, that's about it. If there's anything that I have left out, I will be coming back. I will be revisiting acids, because there's so many acids out there. And as I said, the best way to find out about these products is speaking to someone like myself. We can help you, we can advise you, and then you can go out there and start trying them out. Like I said, I always recommend you try and see someone who, as I said, a professional who can do a treatment with one of these products, depending on your skin concerns or your skin type, and try out the product first. Because like I said, I've seen a lot of people using these products on their skin without really knowing what they're doing and cause more problems. So I've seen people burn their skin with the chemicals because they feel they've seen it on YouTube. Yep, on YouTube, and they've gone and put the product on their face and they've literally burnt their face. Okay, or they've created a really nasty scar. I'm telling you, there's some serious concerns on YouTube. So I wouldn't recommend that you start just taking anything offline because you saw your favorite celebrity or influencer doing it. You need to see someone professionally first. Let them give you advice, and then they'll obviously advise you on the products to use, and then you go away and you use those products. At least you've made sure you've done the right thing for your face. Okay, so tune in next week. As I said, if you've got any concerns, any questions, hit me up on my email, which is shashalondoninfo@gmail.com, or you can catch me on social networks and send me your message or DM me, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. So thank you for listening, and tune in next week.